Happy New Year. The Letter, an erotic short story by Tiffany Reisz. You can read more of Tiffany Reisz's work at tiffanyreisz.com. By their 13th date, Bryce decided to make a game of it. Would it be tonight that Leigh dumped him? Tomorrow? Would they make it to 14 dates? 15? Why she kept saying yes to him when he asked her out was beyond him. On their second date, they kissed. On their fourth date, they made out on her sofa. After that, all progress toward consummation came to a screeching halt and entirely without explanation. Dinner came. They ate it. Dessert came. They ignored it. Bryce studied Leigh over the top of his wine glass. Beautiful girl. Red hair with streaks of brown and black, dark eyes that brightened with laughter. She had a freckle on her top lip that he loved to bite when she let him kiss her. On day 12, she hadn't let him kiss her. Tonight, she wouldn't even look him in the eyes. "Are you a virgin?" Bryce asked, deciding he had nothing to lose at this point. Clearly things were going nowhere. If he couldn't have her, maybe he could at least get some answers? Leigh sat up straighter and gave him a look of profound shock. "No? Of course not. Where?" "Born-again virgin. Incredibly Catholic. Do you have an STD, HIV, raging antibiotic-resistant tuberculosis? If so, I'm willing to work around any and all of that." Leigh laughed nervously and shook her head. "Bryce, I don't have..." "Why haven't we slept together yet?" She set her wine glass on the table and crossed her arms over her chest. "It's complicated," she began and stopped. "I wish I could explain. I want to, but when I try, it's..." She brought a hand up to her lips and pulled at the air as if trying to drag reluctant words from her mouth. Her body sagged, and suddenly she looked so small and sad in the chair across from him that he wanted to drag her into his arms and apologize for even bringing it up. This girl, he fucking adored her. Her laugh, her smile, her dry sense of humor, the way her voice went all goofy and high-pitched when she played with his dog. He had to have her in his life. And she must have felt something, anything for him to keep saying yes to all these dates. So why? "Can't what? Can't tell me? Can't explain? Can't say it in any language other than French? That's fine. I'll learn French. Just tell me." She shook her head. "I should have never said yes to the first date, Bryce, and I'm sorry. People like us, like me, we usually don't go out with guys we meet at the gym." She paused and growled, as if profoundly frustrated with her own inability to explain. Bryce wondered what the hell she meant by people like us. "I like you so much that it's against my better judgment," she continued. "Oh, thank you very much for that." "That's not what I mean. Ugh." Leigh clenched her hands and groaned softly. That groan. He heard passion in it, frustration. No way was this woman frigid. Exhaling through her nose, she looked up and met his eyes. "You're the nicest guy I've ever met. You're kind and sweet and chivalrous and gentle." "Horrible, I know." "I'm not like you. I'm different. And I want to tell you how, but I just can't get it out." "Then write me a damn letter if you can't say it." Leigh's eyes widened at the suggestion. "A letter? Oh, I can do that. I'll do that." "You will?" He hadn't been serious, but the thought of a letter, The thought of any form of explanation for her strange behavior excited him. At this point, knowing why she wouldn't sleep with him turned him on almost as much as her actually agreeing to sleep with him. "Yes, I'll write it and I'll mail it to you. It'll explain everything, and then you won't have to see me again once you know if you don't like what it says. You'll just know, and then we'll both feel better." Bryce nodded in agreement. "Fine, write the letter, but I promise you will see me again." Leigh turned her head and stared down at the floor. She grabbed her sweater from the back of her chair, threw her purse over her shoulder, and stood up. Looking at him, she gave a wan smile. "I really like you," she said. "So read the letter first. Don't promise me anything until you do." And with those ominous words, she left the restaurant and maybe even his life.